why your dreams are still stuck in your imagination. Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, your heart racing with visions of a beautiful future, one where you're living in alignment with your deepest desires, free, wealthy, and happy? But then, days, weeks, months pass, and your dream is still just that, a dream, while reality is filled with doubt, waiting, and exhaustion? Why does this happen? Why do some people seem to reach out and grab their dreams, while others spend their whole lives standing outside the door of what they desire? The answer isn't luck. It's not about ability. It lies in a profound secret that very few truly understand. Dreams are not delayed. They're just waiting for you to be ready to receive them. It might sound strange, but the truth is, the universe doesn't reject you. It simply reflects the energy within you. When you carry doubt, fear, or a sense of not being worthy, you unknowingly push away what you want. And your dream remains stuck. Not because it's too big, but because you're not yet clear, consistent, and trusting enough to call it in. Most people ask, why have I been wanting this for so long and still nothing happens? But few realize that. Desire is the seed. Your belief, emotions, and vibrational frequency are the soil that nurtures it to grow. In this video, I'll share with you the secret to resetting your energy, unlocking your subconscious, and breaking free from the barriers that keep your dreams delayed, so that you can stop just dreaming and start truly living in the reality you've chosen. Get ready, because when you understand how desire works, you'll be able to manifest it as fast as lightning, in the exact way the universe always intended for you. 1. The unlimited power of words. Words are not just what you speak aloud. More importantly, words represent the constant inner dialogue taking place inside you, those quiet thoughts, the subtle voices you listen to every day without often paying much attention to them. It is these dialogues that are silently shaping your world. The world around you is a mirror, reflecting the inner world within. You can't expect a bright, positive life if your inner world is filled with doubt, judgment, or fear. Your reality begins with the words you speak to yourself. Change does not start with others. It starts with you. Let me share a simple yet inspiring story. A woman once felt suffocated in her relationship with her mother-in-law. Conversations were always tense, and family meals were a series of silences. But then, she stopped trying to change her mother-in-law. Instead, she changed how she thought about and felt toward her. She began to nurture positive thoughts. She has her own worries. Maybe she's showing love in a way I don't yet understand. And surprisingly, as she transformed internally, her actions on the outside became gentler, more measured, her words warmer and more empathetic. The energy frequency between them shifted in a miraculous way. The result? A relationship that seemed beyond repair, suddenly filled with love, leaving the entire family astonished. No one was forced to change. Only the love within was awakened in the right way. The lesson here isn't just about relationships. It's a principle you can apply to any area of life. Work, finances, health, dreams. When you change the words inside you, you change everything on the outside. Start observing the words you whisper to yourself every day. Are you planting beliefs or creating limitations? Are you telling a story of victory or defeat? Because whether you're conscious of it or not, everything you think is creating your reality. 2. Your inner dialogue must align with your desires. In the language of the subconscious, treasure is not the material things around you. It is the inner state you are focused on. If you crave peace but are filled with anxiety, or desire wealth but always feel lacking, then your inner world and your desires are out of sync. The truth is, when your inner dialogue does not align with what you want, nothing happens. Desires only become reality when your inner world is in harmony, consistent, and fully trusting in it. You cannot dream of true love while telling yourself, I don't deserve it. You cannot desire massive success while constantly repeating, I fear failure. It is the quiet words inside you that determine the outcome you receive. The speed of manifestation depends on the level of consistency within. The fewer the inner conflicts, the faster you will see what you desire appear in your reality. Start practicing harmony. Cultivate positive emotions that align with what you want. Observe and adjust your daily self-talk. Choose beliefs that empower you instead of holding you back. When you live as though what you desire is already true, you shorten the gap between your dreams and reality. The outside world is just a copy. The inside is the original. And when you adjust the original, the entire world will shift accordingly. 3. Time is a product of your inner dialogue. When you constantly tell yourself, I'm trying, I will achieve this, I'm in the process, you are unintentionally keeping yourself in a state of not yet finished. And because your inner world keeps saying that you're on the way, reality will always keep you on the way, but you'll never reach your destination. Transformation only truly happens when you start speaking from a place of already having, from a belief that has already been realized. Instead of saying, I will be, shift to I am. Instead of saying, I am improving, say, I am living in the best version of myself. The creative mind has no concept of time. In the realm of imagination, where all things begin, now is the only moment that exists. When you imagine something and feel it as though it has already happened, the universe immediately responds to that frequency. Here's an example. A man was once struggling with his finances. Every day he'd say, I'm improving my finances. But nothing changed. One day he shifted his inner dialogue to, I am abundant every day. Money comes to me easily and naturally. The results were astounding. New opportunities appeared, old projects became profitable, and unexpected collaborations knocked on his door. It wasn't because time moved faster, but because his inner world had entered the completed reality, and the universe responded accordingly. When you adjust your inner dialogue to reflect a state of already having, time shrinks, and the results draw closer. You don't need to wait, you just need to become. 4. Practicing to change your inner dialogue. Part 1. Don't force it. Assume your desire is already real. True power doesn't come from excessive effort, but from inner harmony with what you desire. When you stop forcing yourself to achieve something and instead begin to assume that it's already true, you enter a completely different vibrational state. Assumption is not delusion. It is the most powerful creative state. It's a conscious choice to live as if you've already achieved what you desire, even when there's no outward sign of change yet. When you assume success, your inner dialogue will naturally shift. You no longer say, I hope one day. Instead, you start thinking, I am living in what I've chosen. I know it's mine. Your inner world transforms, emotions change, behaviors naturally align with the desired outcome. And that's how you attract the corresponding reality without struggling or fighting. Assumption is the doorway to a new world. When you step into the already have state, you no longer wait for something to happen. You're living with it, in your mind, in your emotions, in every small choice you make. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. The universe responds to what you believe is true. Part 2. Stay true to the state you assume. If you assume you're a wealthy person, but internally worry about saving or scarcity, you are being divided and sabotaging yourself. This not only leaves you directionless, but also creates a conflicting energy, preventing you from progressing towards success with certainty. When you lack consistency in your thoughts and actions, everything in life becomes unstable and uncertain. You cannot be both someone who has and someone who lacks at the same time. Choose a direction and stay loyal to it. Being loyal to the state of abundance means you not only think about prosperity, but also live and act like a prosperous person. It's not about talking about money or material possessions, but about gratitude and confidence in the value you bring. Place yourself in the state of having everything you need, instead of worrying or regretting what hasn't arrived yet. When you begin to act from a place of abundance, you'll attract positive energy and abundant opportunities. If you truly believe in prosperity, you'll realize that everything you need is already present around you. In fact, wealth doesn't just come from finances, but also from freedom, happiness, and solid relationships. Part 3. Emotion, the essential element of inner dialogue. Repeating positive words without emotion is like empty sound. Words may be beautiful or correct, but if your heart doesn't resonate with them, they cannot awaken the creative power inside you. Joy. That is the frequency of the completed desire. When you feel as though your desire has already arrived, you send the strongest signal into the creative space. Emotion is the fuel of inner dialogue. It's not, I want love, but rather, I feel love surrounding me every day. It's not, I wish for wealth, but I feel free and abundant in the present moment. For example, A woman wanted to get married. She didn't just repeat the phrase, "I am married," mechanically. Instead, she felt the joy of waking up next to her loved one, hearing laughter in the warm kitchen, feeling the peaceful embrace every evening. When emotion aligns with your words, you're no longer imagining, you're living in what you've chosen. And the universe cannot distinguish between what you're truly experiencing and what you intensely feel as though it has already happened. Genuine emotion plus correct inner dialogue equals the most powerful formula for creating your reality. Part 4. The moment before sleep, the gateway to subconscious power. The moment you close your eyes, it's not the end of the day, but the beginning of a silent creation process in your subconscious. The time before sleep is the golden moment when your conscious mind settles down and your subconscious opens up the most powerfully. What you whisper to yourself at this time will imprint deeply, like a command. However, the unfortunate truth is, most people carry worries, fatigue, complaints, and feelings of disappointment to bed with them. And then they wonder why tomorrow repeats the same old patterns. If you want to change your life, start with your inner dialogue before sleep. Don't go to sleep with worry. Go to sleep with the image of the life you desire. I know I'm on the right path. I feel success growing within me more and more every day. I have become the best version of myself. A man who desired a promotion. Every night, instead of thinking, why hasn't it happened for me yet? He closed his eyes and imagined receiving the promotion notice, feeling the joy spreading through his body. Just 2 weeks later, it became a reality. Before sleep, this is the time to plant seeds. If you plant with hope and belief, you will harvest a brilliant reality. Part 5. When life goes against what you desire, control your inner dialogue even more. The moment you see reality going against what you desire, that's the strongest test of your inner strength. When life brings sickness, difficulties, or disappointments, don't let these things invade and dictate your inner dialogue. Because if you allow your circumstances to decide how you think, you will always be reacting, never in control. Your inner dialogue must be strong enough to still affirm what you've chosen, even when there are no signs of support from the outside. Say, I'm getting closer to what I desire. I choose to trust in a positive outcome, even if I don't see any signs yet. I know I am being guided in the right direction. A woman once suffered from a chronic illness, living in pain and exhaustion for many years. However, she didn't let the illness define her. Instead of saying, I'm healing from the illness, she chose to say every day, with deep conviction, I am healthy and full of vitality. She planted life into every cell with unwavering belief, and a miracle happened. Her health restored in a way the doctors couldn't explain. You don't need circumstances to be in your favor. You only need unwavering inner conviction. When you are firm on the inside, the outside will have no choice but to change. Part 6. Protect your inner dialogue from the negativity of others. Not everyone will see your vision, and that's perfectly okay. There will be criticisms, doubts, and mockery, even from family, friends, and colleagues, those who should be your biggest supporters. Don't let negative words infiltrate and cloud the belief within you. Don't let the temporary opinions of others dim your long-term vision. A young artist once brought his paintings to many places only to face rejection. Some said, this style has no future. Others laughed. Who would buy this? But he didn't let those words penetrate his heart. Every day, he repeated to himself, my work is valuable. I am recognized and appreciated. I am a successful artist. Then one day, a prestigious gallery came across one of his works online, and everything changed. His art career blossomed. Exhibitions were held, and he became an inspiration to thousands of young people. Your inner dialogue is your sacred fortress. You must be the gatekeeper. No one has the right to enter unless you allow it. Part 7. Every moment of your daily life is an opportunity to adjust your inner dialogue. From small decisions to major moments, your inner dialogue constantly shapes your journey. When you go shopping, instead of thinking, do I have enough money? Try shifting to, I deserve beautiful experiences and I can afford them. The confidence you feel when deciding to buy something you love is not just about money, but about trusting in your own worth. When you're eating, instead of thinking, is this expensive? Let your mind relax and say, this experience is wonderful. You will surely feel joy in every bite not because of material value, but because of gratitude and savoring the small pleasures in life. Every conversation you have within yourself holds the power to create the corresponding reality. There is no neutral conversation. Every thought, every word inside you sends a powerful signal to the universe. Part 8. You don't need to control every thought. You don't always have to force yourself to control every thought. Simply live in the feeling as if it's already yours, and everything will come naturally. When you live as if you are loving, healthy, successful, you no longer need to struggle with negative thoughts. Your inner dialogue will change effortlessly, without any force. That is the key to true freedom. No more worries, no more doubts. You live in a state of knowing that you deserve all the good things. Change comes from within, and everything outside will begin to reflect that. Every thought, every word, every feeling you have is creating the world you live in. This means you can completely control your destiny if you know how to adjust your inner world. When you change the way you think, speak, and feel, the world outside will no longer seem beyond your control. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't worry about what hasn't happened yet. Live in the feeling of already having achieved what you desire. The feeling of having what you want will trigger powerful creative energy, bringing unexpected opportunities and miraculous changes you never imagined. Small steps every day in changing your inner dialogue will bring you closer to your goal. Whether it's during your shopping, while eating, or before bed, every moment is an opportunity to send your trust into the universe and receive what you deserve. Remember, you don't need to control every thought. When you truly live in the state of having already achieved what you desire, everything will come naturally. The universe never overlooks those who live with a peaceful mind, because a peaceful mind is the key to prosperity and happiness. From today, let every word you speak within be a strong affirmation, for those words will create your reality. And don't forget, you already have everything you need. Just trust yourself and start acting now.